Another valuable substitution method are the situational lineups. These lineups offer the best players at.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players final. So here's Miami's starting group. Bagley is out there with Morris. Then it's Brett VanVleet. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Carter in at the 2. And for the Timberwolves, we've got Steph Curry. Doug McDermott is out there with Rodney Hood. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Bjelica in at the 5 spot. Now here's VanVleet. Lets a floater go, and it's good on the way in. VanVleet's got the opening basket of the game for the Heat. Even this early on, Brent, have you been on teams where you just knew changes were coming down the road?
Yeah, most of that, Kevin, I think happens because of internally what's going on with the team. Yeah, on the floor, you're going to see guys operating in the offense, playing pick and roll, but
it's behind the curtains where you just begin to feel, right?
Good executives and good coaching staffs understand communicating to the people in the front office to say, hey, if we stay this way, our potential, instead of growing, is not knowing how low we're going to go. So we need to make some changes.
And so Hood will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Pass to Bjelica. Back to Hood. And here's McDermott. 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Hood can't get it to go. Carter against Redick. Carter the pass to VanVleet. Morris outside. VanVleet with it. Shoots over Curry. Here's Bagley. And they convert at last on attempt number 3.
Well, Bagley can move around you and get slender out there to find room on the floor to collect offensive rebounds.
Outside, Redick. Now the pass to Bjelica. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Now let's see some numbers here on Steph Curry. Coming off a terrific season. 2nd in free throw percentage, 4th in three-point field goal percentage. And as one of the NBA's top 5 scorers, you also can't forget what an outstanding year he had offensively.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, 2nd in the league. I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused, completely automatic. Here's Curry. Marvin Bagley picking up that last basket. Here's Hood. He drains it from the right block.
You got to remember, Rodney Hood, 6'8", so he has the size needed to be a factor on the inside if he stays aggressive.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the head coach for the Heat. His primary concern defensively, stopping Steph Curry. Coach said he changes the geometry of the court with his shooting. And Kevin, this is no time for advanced math, but they have no choice.
Thank you, David.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Stolen by VanVleet. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Count it. VanVleet's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Curry passes to McDermott. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And McDermott is such a fearless scorer. You saw that in college and can be a sniper at times. And in games where he gets engaged offensively, he becomes so much more dangerous. It's good for teammates to look for him once you see a couple Dougie McBuckets baskets go in.
VanVleet can't get it to go.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Redick for 3. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. The Heat leading by 6. Carter on the wing, covered by Redick. Morris passes to Bagley. To the inside, poked away. Clock at 6. The shot by Carter, nobody around. Nice form on the 20-footer.
Yeah, Bagley with a nice job of surveying there.
Here's Hood. Can't get it to fall.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how.
And so it's the Miami Heat in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots.
Basketball, like passion, love.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you guys from the Heat in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, J.J. Redick is out there with Steph Curry. Then it's Nemanja Bjelica. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's McDermott in at the 4 slot. Outside Curry. Latre. And it's Jokic with the rebound. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Miami. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Impressive to see them on the road just step up and have that kind of offensive performance.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Carter outside, pulls up, and it falls over the rim and in. Carter's got 6.
Oh, that's a needle in the haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Down low. Hood against Morris. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 3 assists tonight.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Curry's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Carter, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Carter just a freak of nature, one of the best dunkers the game has ever seen, a top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight. Well, one thing you can say about the Heat team, very long and very athletic.
That helped them really stay competitive in a lot of games, but when you can't shoot the ball, really, really hard to come back in games where there's teams firing away from 3 and you can't mount any sort of offensive comeback.
Van Vliet kicks to Morris. The dish now to Carter. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Good. Rebound by the Heat. Bagley's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now here's Van Vliet. 9 points last game. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain, close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
Outside Curry. No good on the three. And so it's Miami up by a dozen here at the... Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They are leading by 12. And that wraps up the half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Vince Carter really making a difference here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Marcus Morris is out there with Marvin Bagley. Then there's Carter. Then it's Brett Van Vliet. And it's Jokic in at the center, filling out the middle. The Heat leading by 12.
And, you know, you see it every day, but it still doesn't make it any less impressive. The amount of skill that Steph Curry has on the floor, the shooting, the passing, the agility, he has it all.
Clock at 4. Morris passes to Bagley. They get it back, and then Carter with the jam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
Outside Hood. Bielitsa against Jokic. And Bielitsa kicks to Curry. Back to Bielitsa. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Miami. They've led by as many as 14 points. Carter outside to the middle. Here's Jokic. Makes it off the glass. Jokic has got his second bucket. You could argue Curry is one of the most skilled players of all time.
The shooting alone puts him in the conversation, and very few can match up to just that. Guys like LeBron and Wilt dominate with their size and athleticism, but Curry is an all-time great because of his once-in-a-lifetime skill.
Here's Van Vliet. Good. Van Vliet's got 6.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Curry finds Bielitsa. Outside for Redick. Fires from deep. Carter pulls it in. The Heat leading by 15. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Jokic, and it's Miami with another.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Passes it to Hood. Outside for Curry. From downtown, connects from three-point range. He's got 6.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Carter looking around. Pass to Jokic. Three-pointer. Here's Bagley. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Timberwolves trail by 14. Pass to Curry. And Curry with the stuff.
This is when you start to talk about Redick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Bielitsa finds Curry. From deep three-point range, and the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Miami enjoying a 12-point lead. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. We've got Hood. Curry is out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's McDermott. And it's Bialica in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Outside Curry. Outside Redick. 6 to shoot. Shoots it up. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Here's Curry with the 3. Can't hit that one. The Heat go the other way with it. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Morris finds Van Vliet. Brent, offensive versatility, all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim. Right. They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Timberwolves trail by 15. The pass to McDermott. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And it's 6 points for Doug McDermott. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Miami Heat. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
6'10", 250 pounds. It's a big man out there, and he uses his size to draw the contact there. Nice job by Jokic.
A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Curry. Hood deciding where to go with it. Back to Curry. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
A catch and shoot opportunity for Steph. It's just effortless.
There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. To the paint. And finished off by Bagley.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Heat.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year. A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Marvin Bagley.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
A 29th pick in 2017 by the Spurs. Their injuries last year created an opportunity for Jarrett White to show Greg what he can do with steady minutes.
And White at 6'4", capable of manning either guard spot, a shooter, a playmaker, and an all-defensive team in college. He is definitely a keeper.
Now, here's Rozier. He's guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. And now, here's Hazonia. He's guarded by Collins. Minnesota with the ball. They trail by 14. White the pass to Collins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Thon Maker.
Zach Collins is aggressive and confident and waiting for his opportunity to show just how consistently good he can be in the NBA.
And look, a tough rookie season for Zach Collins, but boy, he's bounced back much better in terms of shooting, showing why he was taken in the top 10 back in 2017.
And here are the Timberwolves. A 12-point game. Teodosic the pass to Collins. Can't hit from in close. Now Rozier. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win.
Why don't we ride 4 deep, roll so far?